What's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another deck profile. This time we've got a Dr. Myuu profile for you guys. So this guy is getting a lot of support in set 4. You're going to see a lot of those cards up in the main deck. But the reason I really like this leader is because I find that you can play most of your turns with minimal energy investment. And I think that's really good because we're playing a lot of defensive cards in the deck. And with the crazy aggro coming up in set 4, you need to be able to defend yourself well, and preserve your life total because we want to be able to get to turn 4 or 5 to drop our big bomb. But without spoiling too much of the deck profile, we'll get right into it. So we've got the Dr. Myuu leader. He has an activate main on both sides, which allows him to play a Machine Mutant on the Unawakened side for 5k, on the Awakened side for 10k, for free without paying their energy cost. At 4 life, he draws 2 and awakens. And then on the Awakened side, like I said, he can play a Machine Mutant 10k or less for free, and he attacks and draws a card. So the really good thing I like about this leader is that it's a combo enabler for what we'll see later on in the deck profile. So we don't really have to waste too much energy. We can leave energy up while we defend, but we'll get into the main deck. So we've got the 2 Scientist Fu, staple. The more I play this card, the more I just absolutely love it. It's an incredible game ender. Your opponent thinks they're safe. You cheat this in for 1 energy after you've done a bunch of comboing and filled up your grave, and then you just kill them. So this card's really amazing. So this green package is something we're seeing in a lot of deck profiles lately. It's really good against those 1-drop flute decks. So we'll go over the green package. We've got 4 full power energy. Amazing against the flute package. Kills all the 1-drops. Then we have our Human Shield Krillin. So this is kind of a weird card. I know a lot of people are going to definitely question this, but it does a few things. It really emphasizes what we want out of our green package, which is a defensive package and a easy awakening package, and a low investment package. So you never want to require more than 1 energy for what your green is, especially when you're only playing 12. And Human Shield Krillin makes our green energy that we charge like turn 1 or 2, it makes it more valuable late game. Because as the game goes on, full power energy becomes less and less valuable because your opponent's already going to have gotten use out of their 1-drops once they're awakened. So this basically becomes a blank negate at that point. It can kill like little 5k combo power cards, but the Human Shield Krillin late game just becomes a very low investment blocker. So it's really good for that reason. Like I've said before, your opponent can flute this back to your hand, but if they're fluting this back to your hand, they're not really going to be plussing any cards. They're going to be negging 1. And if you can establish multiple of these, it's just a headache for your opponent. So I really think this fits in well in the green package. Then we got the newfound Power Son Gohan. It's one of our awakening tools in the deck, one of the other reasons why we play the green package. So this is a staple for us. Now we'll get to the red package. We're playing Dr. Myuu leader, so we're playing the 3 Planet M2. Not 4 because it can get cloggy. It does become a dead extra card after you play 1. You can play a second one for additional draws if you're lacking cards that will get you places. But this card's really good because you're going to be able to threaten awakened leaders even on your unawakened side as long as this card's established. So SS3, when they're awakened, you just punch with your little Dr. Myuu. You combo this Planet M2 and it stays on the board every single turn. So you just can threaten awakened leaders even when you're having a slower game. Then we've got one of the new cards from set 4, Baby Vengeance Unleashed. So it's a 1-drop, 1k power, so we can play it for free off of our leader ability. Unit Absorb. Choose one of your battle cards and place under this card. If your leader card is a red Machine Mutant, which it is, choose up to 1 baby with an energy cost of 4 or less with the same character name as the card you placed under this card from your deck and place on top of this card. Then shuffle your deck. So we'll get right to the Unit Absorb target. We got the Sand Strength Baby. So the combo with this is you play 1 with your leader for free, you play another copy of this card for 1 red energy, and it will Unit Absorb the other copy of itself into the Sand Strength Baby because they both have character names of baby. So when the Sand Strength Baby comes into play, if your leader is a red Machine Mutant, draw 1 card, then shoot up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, and it loses 20k power for the duration of the turn. So it's spot removal as early as turn 1 if you ever needed it, but basically at any point in the game it's live as long as you have 2 of these guys in your hand. And even when you play it for 4, it still has the same ability. So it's also a double striker, so it's very good late game pressure. I've ended games on this countless times, so it's really strong for that. Now back to the order of the red package. We've got the Intensifying Power Trunks, hand in hand with our newfound Power Son Gohan. We're awakening and denying our opponent cards, so really strong. Then we have our 4 super combos, Handy Giru. You can play Vados in this deck because I'm not playing the 1-drop Myuu that searches. Really, I was playing it, but I found it whiffed way too much for my liking. We're honestly not playing that many Machine Mutants in the deck, so I just cut it all together. So this can definitely be Vados if you have those winter stamps. It could be Jiru if you have those foils. Really player preference at that point. Then we have 4 Fearless Pan. This card allows for our really late game pushes. You're going to see that a lot of the cards in this deck don't require much energy investment at all. This card is really the only thing we're going to be casting for anything more than 3, except for our boss monster when we're going to finish out the game. But Fearless Pan allows us to almost ensure game with those really late game pushes. So once we have a few red attackers on the board, we'll drop this. We'll have 3 to 4 double strikers, and we'll just close out the game right there. It's also a block with barrier, which is very, very relevant against the SS3 GT deck. Then we have our double shot Vegeta. The reason I'm playing this over something like Unbreakable Spirit Son Goku is because of our Fearless Pan. We want to be able to build a board of red cards and then close out the game with all of them once we drop our Fearless Pan. Back to the Sand Strength Baby. Then we have the 2 Chain Attack Trunks. So the reason I'm only playing 2 of this is because I'm not playing a whole lot of great targets for it. And honestly, it's kind of rare that your 1-drop Trunk survives. You can, play it and never attack with it, which I don't feel like you're usually going to want to do because you do want to use it to awaken, especially if you're at like 5 life. But I'm playing it at 2 because it's definitely an option. So even on a turn where you want to cast it for 3 and you have a plethora of cards in your hand, and you have the 1-drop combo, you go to 1-drop into the chain attack, you cast it for 3. You can even attack with your Intensifying Power Trunks to awaken yourself, then drop the chain attack over it because it's a 20k body at that point, much harder to kill. And then you can go into like your Fearless Pan or your Baby if you want to make a Baby combo, or your Double Shot Vegeta if you really, really wanted to. But that's the thing, we're not playing too many great targets for it in the deck, but I feel like I like having the option of 2, so I'm playing it at 2. Then we have the Pride and Justice Topo. Like I said, we're playing most of our turns not using a whole lot of energy, so this thing is live almost all the time. It's always live against SS3 aggro because they're always at 15k, and then once you're awakened, this card just a massive tempo swing, especially when we drop Fearless Pan on it. And then we have our 3 big boss monsters, the Apocal Grudge Grade 8 Baby. This guy is a great game ender. You evolve him over a baby for 4, so you can play one with your leader over here, one of these 1-drops, and then evolve him into this guy for 4 energy. He's a triple striker. Once per turn, when this card attacks or your opponent plays a battle card, if your leader card is a Machine Mutant, draw 1 card, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it loses 20k power for the duration of the turn. So this card essentially just brickwalls your opponent from playing any battle cards that don't have barrier, because they're almost all going to die as soon as they enter the battlefield. So this card's really, really good, and it just gets you crazy advantage. So yeah, this is a deck that I've really been liking testing for set 4. It's a whole lot of fun. There's a lot of crazy combos you can do. It's very, very strong as well, because you're able to play so defensively. And I really, really like that about a deck like this, where you can put a lot of pressure on any given turn, but at the same time you can play very reserved and very defensively. So yeah, if you like this deck profile, please leave this video a like. That'd be awesome. Please subscribe if you feel so coerced. That'd be super, super awesome. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, opinions, dislikes, likes, please let us know in the comments down below. We'd love to hear what you guys have to say about the deck. That being said, this has been Joey from Crossroads TCG, and we'll see you next time.